Guess it. Well, you can because you can see it, but
Ophelia, guys.
there you go.
Canon Pang making a point of it to really ban out Lapsed Heroes.
Has been going for the Ophelia as well as the Parasite. And Tremble, once again being banned out here by the guys of Sync. So making sure to eliminate that one, all 3 games thus far. Now, previously, they've been banning out, these are the 3 that have been banned out every game. What was the 4th one? There was 2 different bans in the last 2 games.
Well, Fade, again. I mean, this is the exact same thing as last game. And this is the exact same thing as last game now. Warbeast into Moira.
They gave up the Moira, though. They had the first pick, and they didn't allow it to happen. Instead, giving it over to the guys over there on Sync Esports. And already, I can say that Sync's got a pretty solid draft because they got Moira.
Yeah, I mean, the Warbeast last game, if you solo versus it and just really not bother with it, it's not really going to affect Silhouette's farm that much. We saw that. He was able to farm 500 GPM with relatively low impact on the game. And are we seeing, like...
It's a very similar draft already.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're going to see next.
Midas.
Midas.
And that was the exact same thing as last game as well.
Are we just going on the last game?
What is going on here? Like,
I mean, the players are kind of as incredulous as we are at this point.
Yeah.
I think the guys from Dog feel like their draft should have won, and maybe they just misplayed a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case because they're not going to fall for the same traps as before, letting Mickey just spiral out of control, first of all. And then they're going to try and address the Silhouette a little bit more, maybe trying to gank him. But Flensmeister doing a really good job last game of dodging those ganks and making sure to just keep farming.
Sure. I think maybe if they go with something other than the Thunderbringer, they're going to have a much better chance.
Yeah, that was a pretty big deal, I'd say. Maybe they're going to have a stronger dual mid now as well to face off versus that Prisoner plus whatever Sync might draft next.
Yeah, if they can actually prevent the Prisoner from getting as big as he was, then that could definitely be a pretty big boon for them in this upcoming game. Once again, Insania going for the Andro. Is he going to ban Circe with this ban?
I think so.
I think I'll bet you a crown. One Swedish crown. This is going to be a Circe ban.
Oh my
Nailed
God.
it. You owe me a crown.
Well, did I ever agree? But
no, you didn't, but you still owe me one anyway.
Yeah, regardless.
Well, this is some serious deja vu.
Only Pyromancer did get banned out by Canon Pang, so that means that they're not going to be able to have that dual mid. But there are so many options.
Sure.
Like, I would even say Myrmidon. Give us a Myrmidon.
The fish.
The fish.
Fish is here.
The dragon. The Chinese dragon. I really think that that hero has a lot of potential, but nobody ever picks it up. So I guess I'm talking out of my ass again.
Hey, man, he's one of my favorite heroes. We have similar favorite heroes between the engineer and the fish and all these different things that are going on with these heroes.
Oh, wait. Not so much.
I'm not so sure about that one. But the guys from Sync looking for their last ban right here.
I mean, it's very possible for them to even pick up the engineer, making sure that they have it instead of the Legion side. It is not the worst idea, especially with the fact that Prisoner combos quite well with it, being able to hook people through the energy field.
Pretty strong indeed, and you can see once more there the boys from Snoop Dogg all huddled around the computer of Canon Pang. And I like that they're actually just talking about it constantly. A lot of these teams, they talk about it from their own computers and whatnot. But for me personally, I prefer the communal feeling of actually everybody getting together at someone's computer.
That really makes it feel more like a LAN rather than that you're just playing online. Because you can't really see what the other player is doing next to you. Ultimately, there is like a computer in the way. And it's a sense of camaraderie. You know, like companionship. Like you really spend a lot of time with these 4 other guys where you just practice and practice and practice. So it's really nice to see that even in real life, it just flows on through.
Working out decently well now. On one side, we've got the Magnus band, the other, the Behemoth, so some initiators taken out once more. Pebbles has been left available in the event that D-Dog does want to take him. And so far, they've been drafting relatively fast compared to the guys from Sync. Sync used a lot of their reserve time, but now the guys from Dog using some of their reserve time as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're really making sure to get this last pick to really make a lot of sense. And I really hope for them that they get the right hero. I mean, yeah, so they have about 30 seconds left, and what hero might they pick? I mean, Engineer is still available, of course, but then we haven't really seen Monarch or Rhapsody picked up by either of these teams so far, so...
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think that one of them that could be kind of interesting would actually be a Nymphora. I think that Nymph, with her ability to shut down some of the split push, maybe make the Silhouette feel that she's threatened a little bit, could be at least somewhat interesting here. But it's going to be a Rhapsody. So we saw their brothers in arms, the boys from MRR, use Rhapsody to the absolute fullest earlier today. Now it looks like the guys over here, likely Hyena, going to be playing that Rhapsody and trying to see if he can protect his cores as well.
Mm-hmm. Rhapsody is a decent pick, I'd say, but there's so much on the Hellborn side already that can cancel it so easily, like being misplaced by a hook, for example, or just the ultimate from Prisoner. I mean, Rhapsody's not going to be moving away or anything. So it's very likely that he's going to not really get that many Rhapsody ultis off. And knowing he's lapped, he's probably going to get a utility hero right now that, as a semi-support, will have a stun. Hopefully AoE. Nothing like a Pyromancer, because that's banned, but it's very possible that the Fish, you know, great hero.
The Fish, pretty decent.
Glacius
Torture
as well.
Torture is one that we do not see very often, but could fulfill that role. Go back a year, one of the strongest, most sought-after roles. Yeah, Glacius, pretty decent. Nice prediction.
Yeah.
I'll give you your crown back.
I mean, it is very strong in team fights as well, and especially if you can get a bit of farm, getting an Astrolabe is not the craziest idea either. Allowing you to fight early on and take those, or take that early advantage. Let's see what the last pick is going to be for the guys on D-Dog. It's going to, if they're running the Warbeast Suicide again, I mean, are they really running a semi-support Midas again? Or is it going to be a semi-support Rally this game?
It could be. And I guess it'll kind of depend on which heroes end up where. And, of course, now they get to play the mind games.
Unless they jungle the Warbeast, of course.
They could. That's what I'm saying. Like, they could play the mind games now. They could jungle the Repulsor. They could jungle the Warbeast. They can do all these different things where Sync is probably like, oh, they're probably going to do the same thing that they did before. But here comes the Kraken. Now, this is going to be a very fun one. It's going to be a Suicide Kraken being played by KZ. Flens once more going to take that top lane on his Silhouette. And, of course, Mickey holding it down with the Prisoner 9-4-5.
Yeah, and I love the Kraken pick so much. The Legion team look like they're all going to be stacked on top of each other because of the Rhapsody ultimate. And then if you can get a good Kraken ultimate on top of it all, they're just all going to melt. The only thing that they have to look out for, though, is that they don't mess up their hook so that people get hooked out of the Kraken ultimate, for example.
Sure.
Pause coming out for the Hellborn.
It would not be a competitive game without the pause.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that we have so many more delays in online, but I mean, we saw it just now with players not being ready, you know, just sound not working, blah, blah, blah. There's always going to be delays, is what I'm trying to say.
There are. I mean, it's kind of one of these things with especially some new players sometimes that they can have issues getting their computers set up, getting their settings right, all that kind of stuff. These experienced guys, which both of these teams are, as you said, very experienced LAN teams. You'd expect them to be a little bit better about it, but they had an issue with the rule and then some issues with the hardware, and then they had to go use the restroom, and it's pretty crowded here, so they had to go all the way across the building and whatnot. And for those of you who have not been at Dreamhack, it's a pretty big building.
Yeah, for sure, but it does look like we're going to be going back into the game right now. They are readying up, and here we go, I'd say. We can already see Midas picking up boots again, making sure to just do that early ward spot. So Bad Bats is going to be playing the Warbeast. I think it's going to be a jungle Warbeast beef.
It certainly looks like it this time, and it's going to be a Suicide Midas. So they swap it around a little bit. Very similar heroes, but definitely a different strategy.
And I mean, now the Hellborn, instead of playing so defensive, they're going into the enemy woods. They've got the Rev Ward again. and they're just going to try and affect his farm as much as possible. It is going to be difficult getting past this Hellhound without getting spotted. Pretty much impossible. So at least the Legion team knows that his camps are being blocked. But never mind, he's going suicide. Or at least he's pulling for the Midas originally.
He could be pulling. He could even be going offensive jungle, which that would be very interesting. Don't think that's the case, but you know, you never say never, right?
Yep.
And they don't actually go for any of the wards. Not yet, at least. Okay. Here comes Keizu.
Here comes Keizu with the ward, but it's probably just going to be the pull camp. Which, I mean, Warbeast can, of course, utilize, but... Wow, like... What are... Okay, so it is going to be a Dr. Repulsor bottom. And Rally does look to be farming with the Rhapsody, and then Warbeast and Midas are in the top lane right now. I'm really expecting this to be a jungle Warbeast. I don't see any other way. He doesn't have any regen on him. He only has one mana pot. It's
got to be a jungle Warbeast, absolutely. He already used the Wolves, sent those out. Going to be doing a little bit of pulling very soon, like here.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, maybe not very soon, like depending on the duration of the pause.
Yeah, I mean, they just had a pause. Come on, guys.
Yeah, some strategy maybe, something along those lines. But I keep seeing Sync's manager walking back and forth. Maybe some kind of an issue that he's trying to get sorted out for his players or whatnot. As it was a pause that got called by the guys of D-Dog, actually. So it looks like they might be ready after all.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, about the drafts, I think that the team fight is so heavily in favor of the Hellborn right now, but the pickoff is definitely in favor of the Legion. And then on top of it all, the Legion also have the ability to push a bit faster with the Battle Cry and the Warbeast Wolves, of course. So when it comes down to it, if the Legion side manages to dodge and just get pickoffs, they're going to get ahead in this game, because then they're also able to push towers. But if Sync manages to group up well, get a pickoff themselves, and then group up and take towers, there's nothing much that Legion can do about it.
Yeah, that push, the centralized timings, going to be integral to this match, but it finally is underway past that horn sounding. And the Wolves are trying to get the pull, but Silhouette is here to put in a little bit of damage. The Moira getting caught out of position as well, so Bad Bat's going to be able to get a little bit better lane control right now for his teammates as we once more go into a pause. The admin over there talking with the guys from D-Dog. So there's obviously some kind of an issue getting up as Hyena looks to be heading over to his teammate, maybe fixing a setting or something along those lines, but hopefully not going to be too much of a delay here, as we've already had a few of those with getting this match underway. Of course, looking forward to the next series of matches here. The next one that's going to be here on Honcast is going to be the match between Druids and MRR.
And that one's going to be casted by me and Breaky CPK.
Yeah.
So then I'll be saying goodbye to my caster, my main caster beef right here.
Goodbye. But not until this game's over.
No. And that might be a while.
We'll see. If it is a while, I hope it's because it's a long and entertaining, evenly matched game. But we'll see right now. Keizu in the off lane, already chewing through a couple of his Blightstones, being harassed out pretty well. I mean, Dr. Repulsor plus Rhapsody, this is definitely hard for Keizu to find farm without being heavily, heavily harassed. And wow, he is actually so low. Is he going to fall right here? He might. 2 more autos from Rhapsody, gets the potion off, but he's got to go all the way to town. Already down to just 1 or 4 Blightstone. Yeah, no, it's 3 Blightstones.
Yeah, really great harass coming out on the Kraken, but at the same time though, Midas was also getting harassed a lot, and he's chewed through a lot of his Blights as well, but I don't know, Flensmeister is kind of missing out on the last hits due to that pull originally by the Warbeast. So that is having a really huge effect on them right now.
Yeah, the big lane control advantage right here for Midas. DePates, I like his name a lot. I don't know why, but I just like saying that name. And he's got the experience whereas Kraken, even though he did take a lot of harassment, he got the lane control as well, so he's also able to be getting close to level 3.
Yep. And the fact that Legion team lost lane control just means so much in this game right now. Because Kraken is not the best suicide hero, and Rhapsody is definitely capable of harassing out the Kraken easily on his own. So losing this lane control just gives so much more to sync than was really necessary.
Oh, wow. Invisible Glacius over here might try to go for a little bit of damage on either the War Beast or maybe even the middle line.
I mean, with that shackled on the rally, he can't actually get away from, with a compel from the prisoner. So if they manage to combo that well with a freeze, then that's definitely going to be a kill. But Slapped, he's actually deciding to go to the bottom lane, and Rhapsody is really easy to pick off right now.
Yep, Kraken all the way back up at full health and mana. Looks like Glacius only with probably a few more seconds here left on the invis. Yeah, just 3 seconds left. Is going to hide in the trees, though. I like this play coming out from Slapped.
If he manages to bait now, like Moira's also coming close. Insania, this could be huge for the guys on sync.
Like
Rhapsody is playing so careful, though. It's like they know something's up.
They very well may. They saw the invis rune get picked up, and they have not seen the Glacius.
But here we go.
Eats through a tree. Dr. Repulsor frozen. Kraken taking a lot of damage, is going to go for the charge, and they will bring down Dr. Repulsor. Kraken's going to fall, though. Rhapsody hits level 4 off of that, so a trade. Definitely one that was in favor of the guys over at Sync, but they gave up a lot, too.
Yeah, definitely. That was they used a lot of resources to get that, but ultimately it was really worth it. I mean, it was just insane how they actually managed to kill a short lane Doctor with just the 3 of them. And Kraken isn't the best suicide hero for that job. You'd more often look towards a Midas to do that. But ultimately it was enough. So really well played from the guys on sync. And it did give Rally a bit of a bit of a comfort area now. He did recover a bit from his like he's only 120 GPM, so he's gonna have to do a lot more. The hook coming in from
gets hit by that hook, and he's in no threat of dying right there.
But I mean,
still not fun.
Good harass coming out. And Moira's now back at top lane, but Midas is level 5 and does have the boots. So this could get scary for that Moira. They're really going to have to initiate with Silhouette and then make sure to prevent Midas from getting away. And they are doing exactly that right now.
They're trying the Elemental Warp into Moira's Ephemeral Forge.
Here comes the stun. Oh my god, that was
beautiful.
Beautifully played right there. And
Sync as well as the crowd right here, exploding with some enthusiasm as the Shards of Harkon connect and put them up 2-1 on the hero skill board.
That was one of those moments where you could just say, baited, beef. Baited into using the escape, and they were really just hurting him into that location. Like he didn't have anywhere else to go.
Really solid lane performance coming out from Flensmeister in both of these last 2 games. They lost the lane control a little bit because of the initial pull, but they've recovered quite well, still continuing to not only deny farm to Midas, but being able to pick that kill up as well. On the other side, you've got Keizu, who's doing significantly better. Definitely getting some levels, pretty damn close to level 6, you would have to assume. And Dr. Repulsor only going to be hitting level 6 here himself. Means that Keizu's going to have a pretty good time.
Yeah, when Doctor does reach level 6, it's very likely that Midas is going to rotate over and just go for the free kill because they have enough burst damage to take down the Kraken. I mean, he has only boots, 560 HP. That's really not that much. But by the way, look at these wards coming out from Slapped. They just seem to know everything that's going on for the Legion side right now.
Yeah, some deep jungle, and this is something that a lot of the teams talked about was the 9 teams not necessarily protecting their own jungle, that they wouldn't look to counter ward too quickly. And so sometimes you can take advantage of having that map control and making sure that you're able to exert some pressure onto them during that time, especially during the first 10 minutes.
Is he going to go for a blind hook? He knows that they're around, but ooh, Legion really want this right now. Warbeast is here, Midas is here, Rhapsody is here. They're wasting so much time with this. And in the meantime, you just have Flensmeister farming, you have Moira going to stack, but actually the hook's going to go in.
The hook, Rally is in a little bit of trouble, didn't get the heal, and does fall Are they going to be able to get any of these kills? They're not even going to be able to. They killed the Ephemeral Forge, but that's it.
And Doctor was moving over, but, I mean, too little, too late, man. He just wasn't prepared. And really, I thought it was a risky play from Mickey going for that hook, but ultimately, without Rally being able to use any of his spells, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, nothing like a mana battery to get that instant burst of health right there for Rally to keep him alive. And the heal coming in from Midas wasn't exactly there either.
Yeah, being only level 1, of course, Lion's Pride isn't really going to heal him. Which I do find curious. In the Suicide, I would usually find that you're going for more of that utility supporting role, and then Lion's Pride by no means does little damage either. But the heal just seems really important as well. It really, I mean, 120 HP might not seem a lot, but it might have been enough for Rally to survive there.
It's certainly possible, but he does fall, still level 5. Sync off to a fantastic start in this game number 3. Zapped already level 5. He's been able to get quite a few wards and counter wards, and he is going to be able to probably kill a DD rune. Nope, not going to happen. Ends up giving it over to Rally, who didn't even bottle it because he doesn't have a bottle.
But they're just going to go on
they're
Rally.
just going to try to get this kill. Rally is going to get hooked backward with the Glacius Freeze. Keizu's there as well. Down he goes.
Here comes the
Moira's here.
ultimate.
The Kraken ultimate is dropped. Hyena is no longer real. He is dead. Midas going to be going right on in with the 2-man stun. And here comes Dr. Repulsor flying on forward. Going to be trying to take down Silhouette, and they will. A huge kill right there. Will they be able to get Mickey as well? Midas is trying to get on out, and Midas is going to be gone. Moira able to get the Shards of Harkon stun. Was able to buy a little bit of time.
Oh,
He
but
misses the compel.
What? Ooh, that would have been a free kill on the War Beast had the hook hit. But now, are they going
Shards
to
of
be able to
Harkon
get it?
still. They're going to be able to get this kill. Down he
Nice
goes.
auto
Mickey
attack.
gets out of there. And what appeared to be pretty good for the guys at Dog turns around and goes well in the way of Sync with that kill.
Yeah, that Mickey was able to survive there was huge. But really, it came down to it being a misplay from Lord Mikael with the compel stun.
Yeah, getting a little bit impatient right there. I mean, the same thing happened with Mickey, not waiting for the Glacius Freeze before using his hook.
Exactly.
But in any case, comes out for Sync. They're up over 3,000 gold, 9 minutes into this game. And Mickey and Silhouette, once more, top in the charts.
Yeah, Flensmeister doing a decent job at 380 GPM. Unfortunate that he was able to die in that fight, but fortunate for D-Dog, I guess. I mean, Canon Pang with the 340 GPM now, he is going to be able to recover if he gets some more pickoffs, but that's the only thing he's looking for. And I'm not sure that's the right play to make, because again, he's going for the Grimoire of Power. If you're going to go for pickoffs, I'd say go for an Icon of the Goddess, but he's trying to be active, and then he goes for a Grimoire. I mean, I understand you get a huge amount of damage, but really, like, it just doesn't make any sense. The NAEU scene is just so different in that regard.
They've certainly got their own special things to do down there in Thailand on occasion. But right now, it looks like defending tower is the primary objective, as Keizu is pushing the tower down to just in deny range up top. Will they try to go for the kill? They bait in the Midas just a tiny bit right there. But Silhouette's here. She's going to go ahead and move on forward, just going for the auto attacks. Glyph up, though.
And no swap up. Oh, yeah, he does have swap. What am I saying? So ultimately, it's not going to work out for the guys on Sync.
They're going to try to go for this deny, and they will get it. But
here
Rally's
comes
in
Mickey.
some trouble. Mickey's in there as well. Will bring down Midas. Dr. Repulsor ports on in. Right into the Kraken ultimate, though. Pretty scary situation. And Silhouette's there as well. Dr. Repulsor out of mana.
And here comes Moira.
Moira's
Does he have
there.
the ulti? He has the
He
angle.
will. There's the Shards of Harkon going out as well. Will be able to get the stun into the hook, and down goes Doctor. Prisoner 945 just on point.
This is just one of the strengths of Moira. Being able to delay a hero for that long that your team was able to catch up even without a PK, and then into a perfect stun, it's absolutely ridiculous. That hero is just top tier right now, and bottom lane, never mind. They're not looking to go. Mickey is just looking so good with that farm again, though. 435 GPM. Of course, last game he did have the 500, so a bit more, but he's going to be looking to pick up that PK already.
He's getting pretty dang close to it. On the other side, you got Glacius here with the steam boots. Also got the bottle. Going to be running around with that, looking for a refreshment room. So nothing too bad there, but was hoping for something else. On the top side of things, Prisoner's like, yo, give me that bottle. There's a DD up here.
Yeah, I mean, he swapped it off so that he could get a little bit more farm, and now Mecha is just going to be able to regen up to full, have a PK ready. His ultimate's up in 13 seconds, so I see someone falling in the near future, Beef.
I think you might be right. Mickey never one to waste an opportunity to attempt to get a kill.
But bottom lane, Kraken might be in some trouble. They do have the vision on him for a bit, but they're so afraid right now.
Yeah, they know that with the tier 2 tower really not that far away, there could be a little bit of
an issue.
Response coming in that way.
Yeah, definitely. And now we also see Sync getting ready for the mid tower, but well played coming out from Bad TZ, making sure to scout it out with his Hellhound. But are they going to defend it because of that? I don't think they are. Even with that vision, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to defend this.
It would be very difficult, and I think instead they'll opt to just play a little bit greedier in the other lanes. Dr.
Prisoner
Repulsor
is going on.
Yep, in some trouble. The hook, and he will go down. The ultimate was enough to get the stun right there. And of course that restraint, I mean, that's just
such a strong ability versus Dr. Repulsor. And I really thought that they had the vision on the Prisoner porting in like that. And so it really made no sense for him to stay there for that long. And now the mid tower is going to go down, so Sync looking good. Just like the previous game, they're just drafting what they're really comfortable with.
They're trying to kill Midas up top, but instead they're just going to force Midas to buy a TP. Ooh, Moira almost being able to get that one off. Not quite enough.
Yeah.
But I really like the way that Sync is playing it right now, though. They're going for the ganks, and they're translating those ganks into objectives. Every time they get a kill, they're trying to get some kind of an objective down, either a ward or maybe some tower damage. Maybe even later on, looking for that Kong, but really solid objective-based gameplay.
They're really wasting no time. I mean, Flensmeister is going to pick up his Nullstone soon as well. He should have it in about 50 gold. Yep, you should be picking up. There we go. And he's allowing Zlapt to get a bit of farm at top. I mean, Zlapt is at 1,400 gold, and I was mentioning earlier on that he could pick up that Astrolabe. Astrolabe is going to be a perfect pickup for them because they can just go active early, and he's really close to it right now. And on top of that, he has the Steam Boots, which is absolutely ridiculous for semi-support places.
Yeah, he's been doing a phenomenal job throughout not only this game, but the series. The previous game, he did absolutely phenomenal. So, great job to Zlapt. He's going to be picking up something with that 1,600 gold. And I think I'm right there with you. The Astrolabe, being able to survive through a rally combo or being able to survive through Dr. Repulsor jumping on you. Both of those things are so massive. So, picking up that Astrolabe on a Glacius would be pretty dang nice.
Yeah, it does look like he's going to be going for it. He's about 160 gold away. But all in the meantime, the Legion team, the mistake they're making right now is that they're very close together, all of them. When you look at Sync, they are gathering now to push out bottom, but earlier, when they were farming the different lanes, you had Prisoner in middle, you had Flensmeister at top, you had Glacius in the woods for a bit, and then you have Kraken at the bottom lane. So they're really making a point of it to split up the map, to have farm on all their heroes, whereas on the Legion side, you had 3 people in the Legion woods just now, sharing farm almost. And it's really those small things that make the difference between getting the most out of the map, really.
Yeah, but at certain points, you're definitely scared. And for good reason. Veiled Rot here on Mickey's Prisoner 945. Who's he going to find? He's going to find anybody.
Morbeast looks pretty risky.
He wants it.
He wants it so bad.
Will he go ahead and blink forward and try for the hook? Doesn't look like it. Pressure continuing to be put on the bottom tower here as Keizu pulling the creeps on over into the side camp.
And they're choosing just to dodge instead of trying to defend bottom, even though there's only 2 players from Sync down here. If they make the heads-up play and send some people down here, Glacius and Kraken are definitely in some trouble. But instead, they're going to look to trade. And I mean, Mickey can set this up perfectly. He is getting a TP right now, but it's on cooldown for another 10 seconds. Okay, so they are going to be fine with trading in the end, but I think that was maybe the right decision from the Legion team, but it really depends on whether they're able to do if they're able to do anything with the gold that they just got. Oh, Mickey trying for a hook.
Up top, Silhouette was looking to exert a little bit of pressure as well. But without the portal key on her, she's not really able to do too much by way of the pressure. On the other side, though, you had portal key picked up on Kraken as well. So look for Keizu to start getting some pretty decent stuns off at some point here.
Yeah, the Kraken charge is going to set up so many hooks for Prisoner, or even his own release the Kraken, of course. It's looking grim for the Legion side right now, because I can see the Hellborn side going, yeah, just grouping up and making sure to get their objectives.
They've been playing it pretty well here for Sync so far. Gonna have to continue that momentum. Game 1 didn't actually work out so well for their strategy, but since then they've had a much more coherent strategy, something that's a lot more similar to what we normally see them run in the NAEU scene, and they've been executing that one flawlessly. D-Dog on the other side, they've been running something that they certainly are comfortable with as well, but just being outplayed a little bit.
I mean, the rally in this game really hasn't done that much, and if you don't have a rally that's snowballing, right, Quincy, the hero just doesn't end up doing that much. Give us the stats on that, Quincy.
Yes, give us the stats indeed, as we are just waiting for the players to get ready one more time. And Sania calling that he is ready. Whatever technical issue that they might have had, ideally sorted out from this point on. And it looks like we do get started once more. So 17 minutes into this game, Sync up 7 hero kills.
Midline.
Over 7,000 gold, and here comes Mickey with the hook. Hooks him out of the Kraken ultimate, and this is something you warned about in the pregame. So a pretty big mistake right there coming out of Sync, lack of coordination.
Yep, and Warby's not really caring about the shackled, of course, coming out from Mickey, so ultimately unfortunate that he wasn't stunned by the Kraken ulti or anything, but well played at the same time, activating that ultimate earlier so that he wouldn't be screwed.
Heads up stuff indeed, and so of course Sync losing their initial advantage with the portal key from Kraken, something that one of those heroes that you would like to get a kill with that initial portal key use, but they show it, they're not able to get a kill, and they're really not even able to exert too much pressure with the Warbeast ultimate down because their lanes were shoved out quite a lot. Although Silhouette is back up top one more time, did just pick up that portal key, so going the same build that we saw last game, at least so far.
Mickey is going to find Midas here. Is he going to initiate?
He's got quite a few invis runes so far.
There we go.
There's the shackled, and turns it around with a stun, but the Shard of Harkonnen are here, and Insania kill secures that one.
And in the meantime, Warbeast, he does have his ultimate now, but is Keizu going to be able to catch? No, there comes Flensmeister.
And Warbeast trying to get on out of there. Moira going for the zoning, but the freeze coming in from Glacius, and down goes Bad Bats.
That was kind of a weird way for him to run. I'm not sure what he was doing there. It was very likely that he could have ran up. Of course, he could fear the ports coming in to that tower, but going that direction to the Glacius was just certain death.
Silhouette continuing to snowball here. 470 gold per minute. Flensmeister with some pretty exceptional games on Silhouette in these last two.
Yeah, he just keeps on farming. His team is giving him a lot of space, and he's making sure to use all of it.
He's doing a pretty good job of that one so far. On the other side of things, I mean, the only items that are really coming out, Portal Key here on your offlane Midas, Dr. Repulsor, getting somewhat close to that Grimoire of power. And of course, Warbeast has his core between the Steam Boots and the Vlads, but...
Oh, here comes the PK from the Midas. Big initiation, but there Doctor got hooked. Oh no, he's just down.
Wow, Glacius with a huge ultimate right there. Rhapsody going to fall. The ultimate was not enough. Flensmeister with a hat trick. Is he going to make this a quad kill? A big hook coming in from Mickey, and there it is. Slapped actually going to pick up that one. The Astrolabe helping to keep his team topped off. But wow, an impressive team fight coming in. They're going to take that one and immediately translate it into a calm kill.
But wow, like this is just insane. They played that team fight. I gotta say there was a bit of luck involved with the Doctor running right into the prisoner hook. I mean, you could say predicted, of course, but that's never going to happen in that situation. So unlucky for the guys on D-Dog, because they could have definitely taken that fight. It was kind of clumped up, so the Kraken ulti was going to do a lot of work, but with Dr. Repulsor down from the start of that fight, there was nothing they could do. And the worst part was, he did have a buyback. If he wanted to use that buyback, he could have, because Doctor is one of the strongest heroes for that. So it's kind of curious that he chose not to use it, because they're just falling further and further behind. And
yeah, that might have been one of their opportunities to try to make something happen that would have been advantageous.
Yeah, and I mean, Rally has been working on his PK for so long. He's chosen to skip his boots, and he's just 160 gold per minute. He's been having such a tough time. Like, that dual mid strategy from Sync is just working out so much right now. Ooh, Puzzle Box is going to be the item of choice for the Warbeast, but Moira...
She's going to be able to get the Shard to Harkon on 2 players, but Mickey already missed the hook, so was not quite able to make it happen that time.
Yes, indeed. He was not able to make it work out, but for Sync, making small misplays like that it's acceptable right now, because they're not in danger of being picked off that fast with the lead that they have. I mean, Prisoner is going to be picking up a Shrunken Head soon as well. So, I mean, this game is just... It's going to be so difficult for the Legion team to do anything once Prisoner has that Shrunken Head up.
Yeah, they're just going to need this Dr. Repulsor to just go ham. You know, a strong regen rune or something along those lines.
Exactly. He's still choosing to go for that Grimoire, though.
Yeah.
He is holding on to a buyback because they feel a fight is coming, but curious that Sync did not finish off the Kongor. They felt it was taking too long, I think, so they just decided to stop it. Is Warbeast in trouble here, though?
It doesn't look like it. The one that is in trouble might be the Midas up top. Now Warbeast is in a little bit of trouble. Kraken ultimate coming in, and Mickey able to help finish him off. It looked like he should have been just fine there.
He just had no idea that that Kraken was there.
Gets surprised, and now a possible power play coming up here. Mickey's made it to the middle lane. Kraken's on his way as well. There's the big hook. Rhapsody is in some trouble. The big smash auto is going to be enough. Midas turns it around with a decent stun, but there's no follow-up whatsoever. It's time for him to run. Is Mickey going to go for that? No, he's just going to go ahead and fall back. Says, I don't really need that right now.
Yeah, Flens did a good job of making sure that Doctor couldn't enter the fight by just harassing him out. And Doctor is the only saving grace for the Legion team right now, because Warbeast really isn't doing that much. He needs to, the game needs to go on for a lot longer, and he needs to have pushed out so many more towers for him to truly start being useful. And by the way, look at the gold saved up on Slaps. He's 280 gold per minute, 407, and actually top lane.
Yeah, Silhouette trying to kill Midas. Might still be able to. Moria is going to go ahead and get the Arcane Vortex off, but I don't think that...
No, they're
I think Flens was not in on that.
They're just going to choose to back off. No illusion was up on Flensmeister, so he didn't really want to risk it.
Probably a smart play, I think.
Probably.
When you're in this kind of a situation with a massive gold and experience lead like this, it just doesn't seem like they need to make that happen.
Look at that stat coming out from Quincy. 99.96% if both supports have 0 deaths. That just goes to show how important it is not to feed when you're playing a support. You can't just choose to say, oh yeah, it doesn't matter that I died. Actually, initiation happening. Oh my god,
the
that
hook into the Kraken ultimate. Rhapsody and Warbeast both in a ton of trouble. Prisoner hitting with that big rake. They need one more auto. A charge will do.
A charge will do, indeed. And wow, are they going to go for more? No, it does not look
They
like
got
it.
the puzzle box minions.
Yeah,
Cash money right there.
decent amount of cash money.
And
Mika
Prisoner is
and
once
Flens,
more. He's possibly looking for a kill. Not going to happen just yet. But that Kraken ultimate setup right there into the hook, that was pretty great.
Yeah, the hook was really what saved it because Rhapsody wasn't able to save his teammate with an ulti, for example. And yeah, just really good ulti placement, putting it in between both the Warbeast and the Rhapsody.
And now Flensmeister just pounding in auto attacks onto the tier 2 here. Your D-Dog team, the boys from Thailand, gonna need to make something happen. Rally finally finishes up his PK. So this might be the time for them to make a last stand. A compel into like a 3 or 4 man ultimate from Rally. I mean, that could be a good way to start a fight.
That could be a very good way to start things off.
Dr. Repulsor going to get caught. But here comes Rally trying to get on in there. There's the big compel, but an Arcane Vortex saving things for now. And here comes Midas trying to help his teammates out, but it's not going to happen. Chaos right now going on as hooks are going off left and right. Rhapsody with an ultimate not really helping out at all. And here comes Silhouette back on in, and they're able to take him out.
Oh my god, he was able to pick off...
Dr. Repulsor grabs the Silhouette, yeah.
Really well played, but here comes Kraken. He wants more.
Kraken screws up the charge back right there a little bit. But it looks like they're going to be able to just fall back after that little skirmish. One that I think went a little bit better for Dog than I think either of us would have expected.
Yeah, for sure, because Mika just got comboed along with Flensmeister, and they were just out of the fight for quite a while. And Mika actually just got picked off immediately, so really well played from the Midas with that heads-up play. And I think Rally could have ultied.
Yeah,
I really
think that he could have as well.
But he canceled it thinking, oh yeah, these players are going to die anyways. I don't want to use my ultimate on them. But Rally right now is only level 9, and he doesn't have any farm to his name. So I'd say just use your spells on people so that you can get a secure kill. Flensmeister did, of course, die in the end, but that's more because of taking a greedy port, I'd say.
Yeah, Silhouette. Sometimes the definition of greed.
Yeah, I mean, you think you're safe.
Dog wants to set up on this middle. The hook is down. This would be the time to go. They're going to go ahead and fall back, though.
Yeah, they're just not feeling it right now. Warbeast is getting increasingly more dangerous, though, getting more levels of that puzzle box. It's level 2 right now. Well, he's getting level 2 right now, delivered to him. So he's going to be able to be quite a danger to that Prisoner. Prisoner without mana really doesn't do that much.
Yeah, I mean, he hits a little bit hard, but if he's getting in the middle of the fight without mana, then they can just kind of turn around and kill him for the most part.
Yeah, exactly.
But Sync right now looking to be the aggressor. There's a Silhouette image being sent out here. Doing a little bit of scouting, and she did, of course, go for the Geometer's Bane. So what did you think about that pick?
Well, I mean, it's just a split push. Flensmeister is so famous for doing that in a very effective manner that, yeah, towers just end up dropping. I mean, look at this. He just uses his Geometers and then lets his illusions push it out, and they do it so fast as well.
I don't know about so fast.
Not so fast, but fast considering their illusions.
Yes, I can agree with you on that one. Now you give him a couple more items on there. Maybe that gets
maybe
him
a
there
Savage
so
and a
fast.
Wing Bow.
Yeah.
Know.
Give him a Wing Bow and a Genjuro. Then we can talk about fast.
Yep. They do end up just getting more objectives now, picking off the mid tower and now going for the top tower. They're just backdooring these. Like, Sync is not afraid.
It's really smart play. It's a lot more disciplined play than we saw out of either team in game 1, where we saw those 4 dives coming in from the guys of Dog.
I think all they need to do now to close this out is get Kongor, gather bottom, and push racks. They do have buybacks, of course, but oh.
Moira is going to try to get a kill right here. The Shards of Harkon have been popped off, and we'll get a stun on Rhapsody. Here comes Mickey. And there goes Moira, but Mickey once again being caught out, but a huge Kraken ultimate. The 3-man stun going to be coming in, but Rally going to be the first one down there. A huge Midas stun going to be going out in Silhouette then having to run. Big pickoffs on the big heroes. Kraken and Prisoner going down.
I really expected that to go a lot better for Sync, but they just weren't ready for it.
They got absolutely annihilated by that Midas combo.
Yeah, like Midas has been doing so much work this game. Even though he doesn't have the best farm, like he's just had the combos on multiple heroes in every single scenario.
Well, he definitely needs to be contributing because his team is still in a major hole. The Dr. Repulsor, A.R.M.S is not having the kind of game that we saw out of Game 1. It's just not happening so far, and we even saw him in Game 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Game 1, he had a lot of success. We've been trying to emulate that, and so far with very little success to come out of that. If they want to win this game, they're going to need to see a lot more out of this Dr. Repulsor. They're going to need to see this rally actually stay alive in a team fight, ideally, and they're going to need this Warbeast to continue getting bigger and bigger.
What are your thoughts on Puzzlebox and Warbeast?
I think if you've got heroes like the Prisoner and the Kraken that are really mana limited, it can definitely be a good pickup.
Yeah, I mean, that's the strength of the Warbeast Puzzlebox, though, because they start running at 5/2/2 and dealing a lot more damage. And also being able to get the damage from the Battle Cry, of course. Making 16 bonus damage per attack. I mean, it adds up. It really is a strong thing. And if he's able to micro them properly, he can also use them to, you know, cancel PKs or just counter wards, you know, get a bit more map control back. Because more are going to use the eye here, though, because a lot of wards coming here from Hyena.
Will she use it? Doesn't look like it so far. It looked like they actually wanted to perhaps start moving toward the bottom lane. They saw that Warbeast did use his ultimate to farm creeps. This might be the start of a timing for them.
Wait,
trying to make
Warbeast used his ultimate to farm creeps?
Looked like it. Yep.
All right, then.
I was like, okay, I'm not crazy, right? Yes, he did. Kind of a strange use, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Shrunken Head now picked up on Keizu. So,
ooh, Moira gonna give up the bound eye. Dr. Repulsor kills it right there and is able to get out. So really solid play right there from A.R.M.S. Finishes up his Shrunken Head, and that's a lot of map control that Sync has the potential to lose without that vision now.
Yeah, definitely. So good pickoff coming out from A.R.M.S. So he is showing that they still have a chance in this game, even though they are 18k gold behind. Like, honestly, it does not feel like it's 18k.
Yeah, Sync, I mean, they've been asserting their dominance pretty well across the map, but not like it's 18k ahead. Yeah. I can agree with you on that one. They do take a Kongor, though, and it looks like Token of Life will go to Silhouette, as you would likely expect. And Mickey, he's looking for this Dr. Repulsor. Not exactly going to find him, though. Level 18 Doctor with the brand new Shrunken Head. Shouldn't have any business dying.
Well, I mean, all of Prisoner's skills go through the Shrunken Head, so he can still very well die.
It's possible.
And also the Kraken ulti going through it, the stun, of course. So that's going to be quite a big deal as well. So they're really equipped to deal with the Shrunken Head from that Dr. Repulsor. And oh my god, Insanitarius was just picked up by Mika. He's going to be hitting so hard right now.
All right, so he says, you can take my mana. You can never take my damage.
Yeah, and they're actually going to...
Wow, Silhouette just going so hard right here. And Midas just gets annihilated.
He does have a buyback, though, so it might not be the biggest deal, but he's going to have to buy back immediately.
Yeah, they already glyph right here, and they're not scared of anything.
They're like, okay, bring it, man. Bring it. Okay, so they are going to back off. I mean, they have the token. Oh, they wanted the wing bow.
Ah, smart. You got to make sure that you use that gold, and then, of course, get the item that you use the gold on. As they take down the tower, exposed Rax now starting to take some damage. A big hook onto 2. Kraken going to be coming in. That's the ultimate on 3 right here, and it's looking really bad for Dog, but Prisoner's going to be the first one to fall. No, actually, Rally and Rhapsody are both gone as well. Warbeast going to fall. The Arcane Vortex is going to pop the Dr. Repulsor back on out. Midas going to lose all of his mana and falls once again. There's the GG's. The annihilation coming in for Flensmeister on the Silhouette, and you can see it on your screen right there. The guys from Sync are amped up.
That was an extraordinary finish. Like, Sync was really showing we have the lead. Let's go for it right